Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ages of the Federation live stream number 19. Not so sure about the number, but kind of sure about the number. And with me here today is Hobbs.
Hello.
Is his very enthusiastic self, as usual. Yeah, I'm sorry, but to those who were hoping for something more exciting, but today we're going to go with another Klingon station. This one's already a bit more further along, so this one will be done a lot quicker than the last one. Because, I actually already did the UV map for this station, and just got to do a couple of details. Hey, Master Chief. Speaking of which, Master Chief has joined the AOTF development team officially today. He's going to be helping us with some coding, so that'll be good.
It's also worth noting that we're goalless tonight. We've been left on our own.
Yeah, it's madness.
I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing.
Nobody knows what we're doing. Panic! Panic!
Everybody panic.
Right, so let's get started, and let me get these textures. Now, I'm going to be working on that. Hobbs, what are you going to be working on tonight?
I'm going to try and fix the very balked and broken online game setup UI, which annoyingly you can't get to in dev mode.
Yes, I've heard about that. It's not exactly easy to reach, is it?
No, so what normally I would do is if I edit the code.
Let me go to your screen real quick for the stream, for stream's sake.
Okay, so if I were to edit some of this code, normally you'd be able to see the change live. You'd see the button move over, the graphic change, whatever's not loaded in memory. But because this is not in dev mode, every time I make a change, I have to quit the whole game, launch the game, realize I cocked it up, do it again, quit the game, launch the game, go, oh, okay, and then on to the next bit. And I keep doing that a million times.
Oh, why? Oh, why? That's not even funny. That's just annoying. By the way, can everybody hear us all right? Or actually, he's the only, all right, Master Chief's our only follower at the moment. And again, we did announce this stream 4 minutes until we started it, before we started it, so it's not like we didn't do this to ourselves. Well, anybody watching is a good thing watching, isn't it?
Yes.
Except for if it's Hitler. I wouldn't want Hitler watching my stream. Well, to be fair, be able to tell that people that Hitler's watching my stream, so maybe, I don't know. Adding windows. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to add some windows, and I'm going to basically add a whole bunch of detail and then add some plating, and then I'm going to throw this thing in the Substance Painter. And in Substance Painter, everything becomes very, very pretty. Let's see if I think those are the windows that I thought they were. Good, good, good. Now, Hobbs, what do you think of the design of the science station? Let me share my screen for you as well, by the way.
I think it's great. I think it's got oh, it's so detailed.
Yeah.
Little antennae and stuff on the top there.
Well, you don't like it, or you do?
No, I do like it.
Oh, yeah, it's sciencey station. I've got to put some more cargo boxes and storagey things, and maybe those are labs or hazardous material things. They're stuffing things basically. I made a mistake.
What did you do?
It's not a big one. It's more of a, oh god, I need to find this weird piece on the UV kind of mistake. Those kinds of mistakes where you're like, yep. Where'd I put this? I'm a service truck down the highway watching y'all on my phone. That's dedication, gentlemen. Yes, it is, Master Chief. That is very much dedication. Be sure to keep your eye on the road, though. We wouldn't want to be responsible for any accidents.
So are you doing adding windows?
Yes, but I still had my window size at the size of how it was on a 4096 texture. So I kind of need to shrink the windows somewhat, you know, or else they look ridiculously large on the station. Because this is 2048 texture. It's already a lot better. Might not even put them on that section. I'm going to have them here. Ah, cool. Well, that helps. A driving guy. I wish I had a driving guy. Wouldn't you want to have a driving guy, Hobbs? Somebody to just drive you around?
Yeah, driving guys sound good.
Yeah. Is there anything else you've been working on, Hobbs?
Not lately. Where the hell is this thing?
I've been working on some stuff, but that's not mod related. I've been working on a Star Wars ship.
Ugh. Sacrilege.
I know it's terrible, but you know, as some people do know, I do tend to help out Thrawn's Revenge from time to time and some other Star Wars mods in the community. And I was working on a Munificent class star frigate for them, also known as the Banking Clan frigate. And it turned out really well. It's one of my highest details models I've ever made.
Did you finish it? Because I know I saw
Yes,
you starting it the other day.
I have, and it looks amazing. Let me grab it, Hobbs. There you go.
Oh my god. Press number 7.
Yeah, it's
Is it up there?
22,000
Oh, no,
polygons.
that's not too bad.
But yeah, look at all the detail, like the little turrets and everything, and this is also look at the superstructure on the inside.
Can you put the wireframe overlay?
No.
I want to see.
No.
Why not?
It's not clean.
Is it really unoptimized?
It's 50 objects at the moment. Still need to fix it all up, so.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but back
So
to Star
make
Trek.
A lot of Star Wars fans happy.
Yep, that'll make them jizz their pants. Alright, let's see what else. What other bits need windows? I know that. Oh, I accidentally made those bits green. I didn't mean to turn those green, but that means that they're in that section.
Refresh button.
Which makes them those two.
Game button. I am talking to myself. I realise this.
We all do it. Any modder who doesn't talk to themselves is lying.
Okay.
All the other kids are talking to themselves. Why aren't you? All the other kids with their bumped up kick ship. Oh, tarang my gung. Hey, we've got 2 people watching now. Who's the second person that joined us? Viking! Yay! Yeah, we were left by Gull. He doesn't want to join us anymore, Viking. It's just disgusting. I'm very saddened. We've been abandoned. We're left to our own devices. This is never going to go well. Hey, look at that. More windows. Windows kit. See, Master Chief talks to himself. Indeed, that is not a good thing, says Viking. Yeah, it's not Viking. It's I'm scared. I'm all alone. Even though Hobbs is here, I'm still all alone. If I'm correct. Yay! Gull's pretty busy fellow these days. Nah, he's not that busy. Alright, let's see. Alright, so that's the windows. Hobbs, would you feel this is a good amount of windows on the thing?
Zoom in a bit. Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Maybe a few on this edge, but no, that's not necessary even.
Maybe some at the very, very top.
Oh, you mean on this section? Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
bad idea. Put 2 on each section.
On the kind of ops area type.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's yeah, exactly. I thought that's what you meant. Promenade.
Quack.
When I signed the Pact of Alliance with the Dominion, not the Dominion, no, the Dominion.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it does look like command center sorts, doesn't it? Try to keep the pixel density the same all across the mesh. It's gotten some good results so far. Basically, Hobbs, all I need to do now is add the glowies and basically add all the raised plates, and the rest is done in Substance Painter.
Cool. What are the green bits? They're like cargo pods or something.
Cargo pods, hazardous material pods, detachable cargo labs, you name it.
Cool.
Whatever the audience comes up with. Hey, it's 4 people now, yay!
Oh my god, there's so many people.
I know, right?
We have to actually talk about interesting stuff now.
Interesting stuff, computer things and stuff, and games and fancy effects. But yes, I'm going to be working on this thing then. So to anyone who just joined, I'm going to be working on a Klingon station, and I'm going to make it pretty. Let's see. Alright, so we've got the windows out of the way. Let's get started with the what I'd like to call the narrow glowies, although the narrow glowies are going to be horizontal on this model. In this case, it's actually really simple. I can just select the shape from the UV. Hey, it's a schism! Hello, schism! I've been left to my own devices. I'm scared. I need you to call me an adult. Because Hobbs simply isn't cutting it. Sorry, Hobbs. No offense intended. There we go, glowies. And I think I wanted to add glowies on the inside there. Now these would be these. Oh, those are the wide glowies. You're a partially mature organism, says Schism. Very much partial.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust myself in an adult situation. Let's see how these turn out. There we go, Hobbs. Look, this station has a bit more glowy stuff on the top.
Oh, okay.
Bottom. And it's got a few on the bottom as well. Wanted to make things a bit more interesting.
That's a lot of glowies.
Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. Is it a good amount of glowies or is it too much amount of glowies?
I think it might be. I think it might be a bit of overkill.
Really?
Yeah, in my mind, I know it's space, but that makes me think that that would should be on the bottom.
What, this? Like this?
Yeah, it seems like that's
Maybe these can be replaced with grills. The thing is, the reason I wanted glowies in here, you'd get this really nice lighting effect of it lighting up with the lighting map bake that I'm going to do.
yeah. Maybe it's the smaller ones on the outside.
That's a good idea. I'll replace the smaller ones. Let's just get rid of some of the mesh errors that I just saw there. Prevent them from occurring when we start baking the AO bake. Excuse me, Go. You're not allowed to give your opinion since you're not in here.
Take out 3 of the top segments alternately. See, he doesn't leave us unattended for that long.
Also, Go, if you want to join the chat, you're very welcome to do so. I'm thinking that these outer ones might need to go. Yeah, the inner ones I want to stay because of the nice effect it'll give, but these outer ones don't add anything intrinsic.
Yeah, it just seems like from a distance, when you can see all of it, it's just a lot of red.
Better dead than red.
Maybe just replace them with
Regular
like
grills?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, how's this? Then I'll add the grills to that section.
Yeah, so they could be like kind of vents or something.
Mhm.
Or...
Khan! How you doing, buddy? Let's see if that crazy annoying. I'm not even gonna say. I'm just gonna add. I'm just gonna make it happen.
I need to make a list of how many buttons I need to make.
You really sounded like Malcolm Reed there for a second.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
You bloody want.
Ah!
Oh, bloody hell.
Yay, it worked. I tried a thing and it worked.
I'm only going to be here for a bit, I'm afraid.
Ah, how come? Are you not feeling too well?
I must rest.
You must rest.
Yes. Forever sleep.
That sounded a bit scary.
You know, I was my.
You poorly or just sleepy?
No, I'm okay. Just we'll have a little bit of a relax. I'm streaming later on anyway, so.
Oh, what you streaming, buddy?
Stellaris.
Ooh.
Probably not working multiverse thingamajiggy.
Oh well.
We've got I don't know. I think we've got Covenant, Jafar,
Cree.
plus Gold, of course.
Cree Jafar.
What else do we have? Wraith. All sorts of random stuff. Oh, Mass Effect.
Oh, cool.
Mass Effect is not a race.
Star Wars. Systems Alliance, in that case.
There we go. Thank you very much for being
and
proper.
the Galactic Empire. I have those as well.
The Empire will be grateful for your services.
But I don't know how well it'll work. It's largely untested.
What could go wrong?
Yeah,
By the way, good to hear you're doing good, Khan. So Hobbs, how's this? Now with 50% more grills.
I like it.
So, Go, what do you feel? How do you feel about that Klingon starbase?
Well, I mean, from an external point of view, it looks pretty good.
So it's good from a certain point of view.
So far.
Channeling your inner Alec Guinness there.
Always.
Okay, now you're channeling your.
I mean, I'm still not convinced about the base color, but then I know that it's going to look totally different in game to the way that it looks on there.
Yeah.
He's going to muddy it all up and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Dirt, grime, sludge, Klingon symbols. These are just some of the few things that I'll be adding. Also, remember the pecking order. Right, so what I'm doing now is I'm adding these brightly colored white plates in order to make sure that I know where the height map's going to go. I'm going to turn those off before I export it to Substance Painter. and they'll make it look very pretty in Substance Painter. So what it'll look in what's this program called again? Oh yes, 3D Max. Doesn't make it look like this. It's not how it'll look in the actual game.
I don't like it. Why is it white?
Because you're dumb and don't pay attention.
Dum dum. Dum dum, Hobbs, dum dum.
Hobbs was not paying attention. Dum.
You're so gonna die.
Joseph Smith was called a prophet. Dum.
Annie.
Oh, look, Annie! Me saw sparkling glowy! I love the Robo Chicken Star Wars bits.
What the hell's an aluminum falcon?
That thing wasn't even fully paid off yet. You know what? Why don't you go back crying about Padamadame or Panda Bear or whatever?
Padamadame.
Oh, jeez, he's crying. I'm sorry. Who's my favorite Sith? Making plates and making plates. Plates. I forgot to go. How many people averaged the viewings on the dev streams when you were hosting them?
I don't know.
100 million.
That's
yeah,
a
he
lot.
pays them all off, so you know.
If it was that many, there's no way I'd have let Max do it.
I'm sorry. I've been very well behaved recently.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about cash.
I'd be rich, bitch.
I think yeah. I mean, it varied. It depended on what we were doing during the dev streams. I think people are quite interested in seeing a variety of things.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is,
So
once
if it was just coding, people were like, meh, yeah, they could watch that. If it was coding and art, then they were more interested. So,
well, you know, that once this Klingon station is done, that'll be the last modeling stream part I will be doing for a while, because I made a giant priorities list of stuff that needs to be done for AOTF on pen and paper, and I'll grab that in a minute, because it's yeah, we got a lot more to do before first release than I thought.
I mean, I don't know if Master Chief's watching at the moment. Is he?
Yes, he is. I already announced that he was part of the
good
team.
stuff. Because I was just about to say that Master Chief's going to be helping out. So
Yeah.
I think I'll need to have a chat with him at some point in the near future, so we can work out our priorities when it comes to adding things like abilities and research.
Yeah.
There's a white bit there.
No, that's the point.
All right.
The white bit is exactly where I want it to be.
What's going on with Hobbs? I can see that you're doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix the online menu. So.
Oh, good.
You know the one you can't edit when you're in dev mode.
Yeah, it's fun, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh, I've got a bunch of other mods that want their menus done as well. So maybe you can help. I just heard a vein pop. Are you alright, Hobbs?
I was actually just trying to work out. There's a fella over on the XP Gamers Discord that I was trying to help earlier on with the Sins of the Prophets, and he's getting some super duper weird artifacting with their UI, and I can't work it out because he's within the correct size tolerance. He's tried re-downloading the mod, like he's done everything that he should do, and yet he's
doing
getting
it
a weird
wrong.
artifact where the buttons appear in the right place, but the UI itself appears to be blown up to like 14 times the size it should be.
Oh, wow.
I can't work out why it's happening. It's almost like it's being reflected off something.
Well, you do realize that there is literally a scale UI button in the settings, right?
The trouble is, the scale's so bloody big that he's never going to be able to see it.
Might have to edit his thingy file.
I suggested that. I told him where the file was, so perhaps he's been able to go to that. I haven't looked at the
clean your config, you know.
Yeah, I said. I mean, one thing that you can do is you can just delete the settings file, all told, can't you? And verify your files, and it'll just give you a default setting.
I mean, if that's the case, you know, then maybe that'll fix it.
Yeah, somebody called Spoon has just sent me a
Spoon!
skill planner for his Stow ship.
Alright.
I know nothing about Stow. Why are you sending this to me, Spoon?
Spoon's not watching this, but why would you ask him here? Unless there's a Spoon watching.
He just sent me a random message on Discord. Yeah, look at this. Why?
I don't know
Yeah,
you!
look at this.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
He's clearly not watched any of my Stow streams. I've got the foggiest about what's going on.
Anyone who actually knows you know that you have no idea what to do in Stow.
Or any computer game for that matter.
Khan said spoonhead.
Magnificent, aren't they?
Excuse me, that's a derogatory term used during the false history of Bajor. That's right. They were indentured servants, not slaves.
No, we're doing that, huh?
Any good Cardassian, any good Bajoran would know that. We treated them fairly, only giving them beatings when they did something slightly wrong. I wonder then, as I wonder now.
It's a common misconception. There are no good Bajorans.
Look, I wonder now, as I wondered then, if Bajor hadn't turned out very different if we didn't give a couple of more of them a bunch of fatal beatings. No, nobody knows what that's a reference to? No?
I don't think that I've liked that.
You don't think Bajorans getting fatal beatings is something you'd like?
No, I don't think they would like it.
It's from a sketch from Rowan Atkinson, by the way. It's called Fatal Beatings sketch. It's bloody amazing. It's about it's about a school teacher who basically beat up a student for, you know, well, he was not bringing his library books on time.
Sounds a little bit like Mitchell and Webb.
It's like old Rowan Atkinson back when he was still funny. Back when he was still doing stand-up, so this is like the stuff straight out of the 80s.
Oh, like 1970s, early 1980s.
Yep, it's brilliant. God, his stand-up is so on point. It's still funny today. There are only a few like references to certain celebrities at the times, where sometimes you're scratching your head like, who? But overall, they're really good. And that's a testament really to comedy, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of comedians who are very period focused. Wouldn't you say, Gol?
I didn't say anything.
No, but wouldn't you say that a lot of comedians are like very period focused, like they're very modern?
To a point, I think pop culture references. I mean, yeah, that's always going to be part of a comedian's repertoire, isn't it? So,
as long as it's not just solely that, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, you need something that's a little bit timeless in there, and I think there are certain events, if you like, whether they be politically or nationally or internationally, that they're kind of timeless because they're going to be in like a permanent. Like I suppose your culture's collective consciousness permanently, so you can utilize those at any point and not have any issue as a comedian because everyone's going to know what you're on about.
Like 9/11. No, wait.
Like if I make a joke about shooting, you know, if I make a joke about, you know, kicking things off by shooting, you know, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, people know what we're on about.
You know, people have like any sort of attention to history, but you know.
Whereas, you know, if I talked about, I don't know, Mosley, for example, people aren't necessarily going to know. Yeah, there you go. He's a dickhead, politician, semi-politician.
Boris Johnson level of crazy or different level of crazy?
Tommy Robinson level of crazy.
I don't know who that is either.
Mosley was the leader of the British Union of Fascists or something, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Well, seems him and Mr. Adolf would have probably gotten along.
Yes. I imagine at that point in time he probably donated to the Daily Mail.
The The Daily Racist. What's wrong with that?
Oi.
That's my stream, buddy. It can get political. I don't care.
Oh, please don't.
Don't get very political, though.
Oh, the Daily Mail. You should, honestly, I'll keep a few copies for you. It's just magnificent stuff.
Why would you even have a few copies?
My mother gets them for the crosswords. They have easy crosswords, so it makes you feel quite smart. You can do them in about 2 seconds.
Ain't that ironic?
What's causing us cancer today?
Hmm?
What's causing us cancer today?
Yeah. Or of course the eternal express question: why is Diana dead today?
Yeah.
What?
Princess Di?
I know, yeah. Car crash, conspiracy, you know, possible murder.
Yeah.
Assassinated by the Queen, I know it.
They pretty much do a front page news piece on a still weekly, the Daily Express, even now, and it's been what 12 years?
Yeah, 97,
More,
I think.
probably.
97.
Yeah, more. Bloody 97, Jesus! I didn't
I
realize.
remember it was pre 9/11. I can tell you that.
I just remember that it upset my grandma greatly.
Yeah, I remember that it upset my mum and it was in the news everywhere and I had no idea what was going on. I knew that the curly-haired lady was dead.
All I remember, I remember that I went over to my grandma's house to try and scav some food, and she was just stood in the kitchen crying.
Sorry, isn't grandma like the place where you go to just get gratuitous amounts of food?
Not that grandma. She was like, "You're fat." I was like, "I know."
I know, but I'm so hungry.
My grandma was like, "Oh, you look a little skinny. How about
You can have some dried bananas." Oh, thanks, grandma.
Dried bananas? Why would anybody eat that?
I don't. She put it on a cereal, I think. Hey, don't ask me.
Your grandma needs to go to jail.
I mean, she'd have a job now. Bless her. But yeah, I do remember that. Weirdly, it's one of those strangely clear memories that you get.
I clearly remember 9/11, seeing that all over the news. That was a big thing.
I'd skipped school that day.
I didn't. I came back from school, and like my mum was sitting in front of the TV just with her mouth open, like, what the hell's going on? And I just went like, whoa, big explosion!
Well, I was living on an army base at the time, and that changed a lot.
I was going to say, I bet things went haywire pretty quickly, didn't they?
Well, it went from coming home from school involving my parents waving a pass and in we go to, you know, the mirrors underneath the car, going through my bag, going through everything, and it taking about half an hour to get home, basically.
Damn.
And then the American B-52s took off from Wiltshire, so those flew overhead to go bomb Iraq.
B-52s, damn, those are the big ones, aren't they?
Yeah, so, and the stealth bombers and all that, so like that was quite scary as a young teenager to think, oh, we're at war, lovely.
War, we're going to war. Dun 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 dun.
Would you like to know more?
Suddenly, you know, you just people in the street, you know, you hear people in the street, and suddenly, you know, just gonna.
I really wanted to say dee-da-dee-da-do then.
Dee-da-dee-da-do-do, dee-da-dee-da-do.
I was thinking of Queen. People in the street.
I was thinking more of like I'm putting it to the stream. War! We're going to war!
What I actually remember most though was that even though it was happening, Next Generation was on, and I wanted to watch that, and my parents wouldn't let me because it was
very angry
that I needed to watch the news and see what was happening, and I was like, but
Next
Star
Gen.
Trek's on. I want to watch Star Trek.
Once a Trekkie, always a Trekkie.
Well, it was Timescape, and that's one of my favorite episodes. So
Timescape is the one with the weird cloud tube.
No, that's the one with the Romulans paused in time and.
Oh, that's a good episode.
Going forward and backwards and.
And then it turned out to be the aliens in the turned out to be that the aliens mistook the Romulan singularity core for a natural singularity, and they got stuck
Somewhere
there.
For them to put their young.
Yeah, just dump the kids, you know, like an intergalactic daycare.
They thought it was daycare, but
yeah.
it was.
But it was a warp core. Wow, shit! Ah, shit.
Ah, shapoopy.
Shapoopy. Shapoopy.
Shit, poopy. So we've covered the Nazis, Princess Diana, and 9/11. What's next?
They're
So
not necessarily interconnected.
So about that augment virus on the Kuvat colony, eh?
Oh, horrendous.
Luckily, General Kroll didn't sterilize that whole ship bumpkin.
Yeah, but they look really deformed now. It's weird.
Yeah, and then there's the other group, you know, that went bald and couldn't really talk properly anymore. They just started to talk like this.
Oh dear. Ah, get the bollock suit off now, aren't
Yep.
they?
What?
Yeah. CBS is getting sued by someone for something. I can't remember.
There's a fellow who's making a computer game, which by the way doesn't look.
Oh
very
yeah.
good. Who's now suing them over the whole tardigrade thing?
Because it was his idea.
Well,
I doubt he's going to win much, if anything.
I think there'll probably be a settlement because CBS will want to make it go away, just like they did with Star Trek's Respectability.
Oh!
Ding 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 ding.
Oh!
It's on. Put him up. Put him up. I don't know about you guys, but did you have that same gut reaction as I did when you heard that Patrick Stewart was going back to the current CBS influence?
Everybody was going like
Star Trek.
Everyone was going like, yay, and I'm like,
my gut reaction was, oh no.
Indeed.
This is like one of those last-ditch efforts. Like, hey guys, see, look, we like you.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to make him Space Indiana Jones, and he's going to be like Luke Skywalker, all.
Oh no! Don't dare that they pull a Last Jedi.
Schism says, "Want me on the stream? I can rant about that."
Oh yeah, Schism, come on, you're always welcome.
No, it's like that's a genuine point of concern for me. I mean,
he's going to do Space Indiana Jones. I guarantee it.
I don't mind that, as long as it's one of the old Indiana Jones.
Like maybe if he's like the first Indy, then that's fine.
Well,
but
the thing that concerns me is they might just fucking Skywalker him. What if they fucking Skywalker him?
Oh, so basically,
Hi, Schism.
yeah. So I was
go.
linking to a bunch of stuff about this yesterday in the channel. So
Yeah.
basically, what you're going to see is you're going to see them use Patrick Stewart to retcon the Paramount IP into the Prime timeline. Basically, that's what they're going to likely do. So
What do you mean?
Basically, this is what happened. This is what people don't realize because they don't actually pay attention to who's behind the scenes. So first of all, the CBS boss, he doesn't like old Star Trek at all. So basically, that's why CBS hasn't been doing Star Trek for a long time. Now, Paramount, they had the movie rights, but didn't have no rights to the original IP. So what they did is they got Alex Kurtzman, Robert Orsi, who was a Trekkie, but he's no longer involved in any of this stuff, and of course J.J. Abrams, and they made the new movies with a new timeline, new IP, etc. That's the whole idea. Or they own the movie rights, but not any of the original IP. Then, however, CBS were like, hey, we want to sell the CBS All Access. What do the nerds like? Oh yeah, Star Trek. We have that still. So
yeah, that's what they like. Yeah.
So basically, instead of actually using the original IP, which they own, CBS owns all the original IP. They still sell the old toys and everything. They can do whatever they like. But what they did is they went to Alex fucking Kurtzman and they went, "Hey, you remember how you fucked up Star Trek, Lost?" The new Universal movies. Yeah, come and fuck up Star Trek for us again, please. So basically, what's happening is Bad Robot, who are the production company, which worked on these two JJ movies, they want to push their new IP, etc. So basically, CBS owns the original Prime timeline, but they're not using it because the guy they hired, or the studio they hired, wants to use the new IP they made for the movies with Paramount. Paramount, meanwhile, can't get investors for Star Trek 4. The Chinese investors don't want to know them at this point. And of course, now we have Chris Pine, etc. will quit and be like, yeah, fuck off.
Chris Hemsworth as well.
Yep. So basically, Star Trek is flat out fucked. I'm not even joking. But no, so Joseph is flat out fucked, and Patrick Stewart, like, this is the thing. This is the thing, though, is because CBS were approached by a real Trekkie and a real showrunner who could make it. You know what his name is? Seth MacFarlane. He pitched a new Star show to them, and they went, nah, we want to do this new, we want to develop the Paramount IP.
It's not exciting enough. It needs to attract youngsters.
So basically, and here's the best part. Here's the best part. Like, the one person they got involved with Discovery who had any kind of
Brian Fuller.
Yes. And basically, Brian Fuller, though, is a virtuoso artist kind of person, and he's sacked from almost every show he runs, which is fun. And he got sacked from Discovery. And then basically what happened is they rewrote Discovery's first season, like in a rush. And there's one intern probably went and stole like massive ideas from this indie game developer. The tardigrade, the mixed race gay relationship, all that kind of stuff. They copy pasted it, and now CBS is being sued for that. It's a complete clusterfuck. It's amazing. And Alice Kurtzman is like, "Oh hey, Patrick Stewart, we'll give you $1 billion. Come on the stage." Meanwhile, all the original Star Trek Illuminati
and Patrick Stewart, bearing a passing resemblance to Dr. Evil, thought it would be a good idea.
No, he just checked his bank balance and was like, "Oh, yeah, could do with a bit of pumping."
Real talk here. Patrick Stewart is probably the worst of the actors, because I generally think he doesn't give a crap about Star Trek. Despite people saying, "Oh, he does," like, no, I don't think he does. Like, he's not
as much as certain ones.
Level. Almost all the others are better. Like, almost all the others.
Honestly, Michael Dorn.
Patrick Stewart is a Yorkshire lad who's really good at pretending to be posh, but he has no fucking brains. And they're like, "Oh, bring him up." Well, I would actually, because
I don't think he lacks intelligence. I don't think there's anything the matter with him.
I think that people assume a lot about Stewart, which they don't.
I mean, he's a classical Shakespeare actor. He's probably the one with the most experience out of all of them, and has gone on to do more stuff than any of the.
No, he hasn't.
Rest of the
he hasn't.
cast.
Look at Jonathan Frakes. Jonathan Frakes is a lot more talented, a lot more accomplished, and right now he's producing.
How is he more talented? He became a director for some really shit films. Whereas Patrick Stewart is still in major franchises.
Although I am very critical of the writers, Jonathan Frakes directed the fan favorite of the TNG films, First Contact. So if you think he's a shit director, well, that's on you.
Fuck you, Rick Berman, you piece of shit! You ruined this too.
He did that Thunderbird film.
But honestly, you'll notice that a lot of the historical Illuminati are now being involved with the Orville, because they actually like what Seth's doing.
Yeah, like
Discovery, which they don't give a fuck about.
Like what's her face? Cisco's chick.
Oh, Castilla's.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best case scenario is that the movie's not going to crash and burn. Best scenario, Discovery crashes and burns, because now Netflix, don't forget, Netflix got conned. Netflix basically paid for the first season of Discovery. Now they're like, no, after season 2, Netflix is going to be like, fuck off. And so basically,
but they still have to deal where they have to put them on Netflix.
Yeah, but they're not going to pay for it.
Master Chief is, by the way, enjoying the debate, and we've got more people watching now. So hey, this is good. It's good viewership. Interesting conversations.
I could rant for 5 fucking centuries about this.
So how do you feel about Star Wars, though? What do you think about the new trailer of the new Resistance show?
Can we just not turn this into
I have absolutely no interest in Star Wars whatsoever. Star Wars was always overrated, and basically it's.
Sorry. Give Hobbs a chance to talk.
Yeah, Hobbs was saying something.
I'm just saying that I don't want to be here if we're just going to end up arguing all night.
No.
That's not why I'm here, and I don't want to. If you want to rant about Star Wars, Star Trek, that's absolutely fine, but that's not kind of why I was here.
No, we're still developing as well, so let's also try to keep it to that as well. So, Schism. Speaking of development, Sins 2. Gib, please.
Confirmed.
Gib, please. I am not here and no.
No, I'm not saying anything about Sins 2.
Ha! But you confirmed that there is a Sins 2.
No.
You said you're not saying anything about it. That doesn't mean that there's something there. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Am I the only one that heard Go Go Robot? Hello?
Oh,
Uh-oh. Is this better?
Testing.
Hey.
hello.
Your Discord broke.
Yeah, it was Discord having a mare.
Right, yeah, it's all of us at the same time again.
Even Discord was like, I'm not putting up with this shit.
I'm getting tired of these bunch of nerds arguing all the time.
To be clear, I don't normally like bitch and moan like that. Honestly, I don't really give a fuck. But like,
But you do.
if you're gonna get into it, like, it's a complete clusterfuck, and it's just sad.
It's a flustercluck.
It's just sad. But positively, The Expanse been saved on Amazon. Westworld season 2 was a bit of a mess, but still overall good.
I haven't
really
watched.
like
I
Westwood
haven't.
very much.
I haven't watched season 2. No spoilers, please.
No spoilers. Just beware that that for Westworld season 2, the writers were kind of trying to out thunk the Redditors, and it made it a bit messy. But
I don't understand that new word.
It's just outthunk. It's a very fine word. I like that word.
What is thunk, though? What does it mean? What context is it used in? What kind of foreign jaggedy shit is this? Hang on, I'm going to check it out.
I'll think about it and I'll let you know.
The girl is enraged and confused.
Why are you so loud, Schism? I already turned your
Why?
volume
What,
down.
You
I
on
don't know.
something?
He's definitely on something. And I want what he's having. So, Schism, how goes the job of managing the community?
Yeah, okay.
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 I mean, you know, it's just going to be average until Sims 2 is announced, and then it'll be.
Then I'll be like, hype mode, believe the hype. And then we're all going to hang up posters of Blair on our wall and go like, I believe.
I've already done that.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, all of our attention is on Star Control right now.
I'm quite pleased about it. I like the look of it.
It's not my kind of game from what I've seen so far.
Well, I mean, I gather that the stuff that I've seen probably hasn't necessarily been released to the public eye entirely at this point, so I won't talk about it too much. But I think it looks good.
NDA stuff.
Yeah, there you go. I think it looks good, and I think people should buy it. That's my.
I definitely think if people think
showing off more of the game very soon.
That's good stuff.
I do feel that if people feel that it looks good, they should definitely buy it. But I don't think it's my kind of game.
It might not be. I think it'll be more time. You'll have to dedicate more time to it than you would be willing to dedicate, I suspect. You like to drop in and drop out of games, whereas.
Well, it's doing it again.
It did it again. It did it again.
Oh, bugger.
It keeps doing.
Bookeration.
Rolsia says, "Oh no, Cylons are here."
Yeah, it went full
By
by
your command.
Viking says, "Who invited the toaster?"
Okay, so having Googled it, the only thing I know is that you can't play thunk in Scrabble.
Oh. So
we've got one definition here of thunk. When a man straddles a woman's torso and slaps her face with his semi-erect penis. Is that what it is?
I think that was definitely the correct term. Can anyone confirm?
Is not the correct term.
Where do you find this crap?
It's like the fifth.
no! My
the
message
fifth
was
down.
removed. I tried to link the new trailer.
Go look up One-Eyed Pirate on Urban Dictionary,
Oh, God.
Okay.
or the one. I think it's One-Eyed Pirate.
Please don't do it.
I'm sorry, but I have to.
Oh.
It's a law.
Well, there's a one-eyed pirate and there's a one-eyed angry pirate.
I think it's the One-Eyed Angry Pirate. Yeah, you gotta because it's the kicking in the shins part.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's just the one-eyed pirate.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Have we got any people under 18 watching this stream?
Me.
There you go, Gil. There's a good one for you.
That's the
Speak
bite.
now or forever hold your breath.
There's a
Charizard.
good one for you. Yeah.
All right, so the one-eyed pirate is the act of shooting ejaculate into a girl's eye and simultaneously kicking her in the shin, causing her to hop about on one leg, saying "Arr!"
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not hosting this instead of channel.
Now to the one-eyed angry pirate.
Oh God, I think it's pretty much the same though.
Ah,
I regret joining this.
No, you don't.
Mhm.
Pretty much do.
The things tend to go downhill when Goal joins. Yes, I'm putting this on you. It's not a bad thing though. I like the chaos.
so moving ourselves into pretending to make sense. What's going on with Hobbs right now? What are you doing? Except for
I'm
holding your head in your
slowly
hands.
losing my mind. Really?
Slowly? Really? You've been with us for how long now?
Yeah. I don't know why I expect any different, really.
Thank you.
He's losing his touch.
You'll learn eventually.
Oh God, I'm not reading that one out.
What, the Charizard?
Charizard. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that, Go. It's that one's a bit too much.
All the latest Empyrean things dropped. I'll have to check that out.
I think these race plates are almost done and then I'll be able to slap this baby into substance paint.
Hobbs has actively given up. I went to check out what was going on his screen, and he's just like, "No more."
No more. No, Hobbs, work. And not the kind of Rihanna twerking your butt around work, but
So, what's going on with all these plates that you're making?
well, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make these invisible, and then I'm going to import these plates into Substance Painter as a height map, and that will make the gritty nitty stuff make it look really pretty because it can detect the edges. But the thing is, I need to add a lot of plates. But
Okay.
I think I'm almost there though. So yeah, that basically.
Right now, because of all the white and textured plates, it looks like a Star Wars thing.
Nah, nah, mate. It's a TIE Fighter side panel. This is just the paneling, you know, for on the wings. Right, let's see. I think that we're about almost done here. Yeah. Oh wait, the shuttle base still needs to be done. Grill's height. I need to take those. Just loo. So why would you regret this, Hobbs? Why would you regret being here?
It's
Hurts
just,
his ears.
yeah, it's just loud, isn't it?
You just ask people to be less loud. Schism. Now you're quiet.
He clearly has a very effective microphone.
Yeah.
Just because I'm audibly endowed.
Wow. Okay, that's a new one.
Does that mean it slops from side to side?
Oh God, what have I gotten myself into?
They call him Doppler effect.
Wow, the audible squeak in that laugh is just Muttley level effective.
It really was. If I'm in a different solar system, I cause redshift.
I
No,
think...
Lord Megatron.
Aye, Schism. Schism. I've got you on 30% volume, and you're still loud.
I don't know what to say. Maybe
Well, it doesn't matter what you say, as long as you say it slightly more quietly. Wow, I never had the idea that I would have to say that to somebody. Normally, it's people saying that to me.
I was going to say, you see what happens?
The turns have tabled.
Ah, yes. Interesting. Thank you, Master Chief.
Do you know what? I had some lovely ideas as to what I was going to do with certain parts of the Klingon research, and I've since forgotten it all.
Because you should have done it when you thought about it, but now you were slacking.
I just imagine Klingon research being a lot like orcs. It's just more DACA. Like, how do I add more plasma cannons to it?
Well,
It's kind of true.
it's nice to be able to try and give, like, within the limitations that Sin presents to us, it's nice to give each race almost a unique focus tree if you're able to. Just as an example, the Federation could have a sale to credit conversion, whereas the Klingons could have a straight up bonus in other areas. Romulans could
to plasma burns.
the Romulans could more effectively use the black market, etc., etc., etc. So, utilizing the limitations that Sin has placed on us, it's important that we try and clearly define each race as something that is at least moderately unique. Naturally, there's only so much that you can do, isn't there? Really, but because Sins. Yeah, well, Sins isn't quite as free as some other languages. You've got a set amount of things that you can do with what the code allows.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty flexible especially with buffs, but it's not like super. It's not like your ex-girlfriend kind of flexible, that kind of stuff.
Oh, good gravy. She no, what was I going to say? No, we weren't going to discuss her at all. I was also going to say which one. Thank you very much.
Which Bajoran woman was this?
Kira and Prem.
Adame wasn't very flexible at all.
Oh God! When I cleared the spider webs.
Hobbs.
What? What was that?
Hobbs just said, just creaky.
When I cleared the spider webs of Adami, I pledged to myself.
Do you reckon that's how we got her?
Anjo couldn't do it.
Ducat always was a romantic.
Was he though?
Was he though?
If I was Master Chief, if I was to continue talking about Sins, I could also talk about the ex-girlfriend. But yeah.
Yeah, really? Nice.
When it comes to certain other games, you could almost you could input new activities for some games for what I suppose we would call abilities/buffs. But that's not the case in Sins. You have specific predefined things that buffs can do. And also researchers.
If only we had model animations, that would make our life easier and nicer, could have fancy things.
I mean...
Hashtag Sins 2.
Hashtag dynamic lighting in Sins 2. Dynamic lighting in Sins 2.
Yeah, dynamic lighting on particles would be nice.
Also traveling beam effects.
Did you hear about our new partnership with AMD?
What?
I don't like anything you've just said.
Well, basically, we are. Oh, wait, where is it? I don't want to say something which I would be in trouble for saying.
You should probably check what you're allowed to say before you say anything.
You can type it to us. We'll not tell anybody. I swears.
Since to confirm.
Yeah, guys. This is the announcement. This is the announcement. Sins 2, ladies and gentlemen. Stop the press of Sins 2.
This announcement's going to be so crazy. It's going to start World War 4.
World War 5.
I'm not sure if I can say.
Well, can you type it to us? So we can just giggle about it and make the stream just go crazy.
Absolutely not.
No.
From the ashes of Vietnam War 2.
Comes Vietnam War 3.
Much like Saruman, agent of many colors.
Oh my god, that Slavic Miles O'Brien is just crazy.
Could we call him Cheeky Obriki? I'm making that a hero.
They hated Jesus because he told them.
I'm making Cheeky Obriki a hero in a SDA3 slot.
Cheeky Obriki. His engine sound is just Russian hard bass. Like when you zoom in.
Flap up the nebula and call it.
Good babash.
Actually, we don't know what class the Rutledge was, do we? Or do we?
New Orleans.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Slap up a New Orleans.
I've got
already got two. It's already got two stripes going down the side of the hull. Just put a third one on.
Oh god!
And then I did a symbol at the top.
No, just be very subtle and just replace all the Starfleet pendants with the Adidas symbol. Just very, just be subtle.
Why couldn't we have a Star Trek show with just nothing but Riker?
Just a Star Trek show about Riker like doing like hurdle runs, but all the hurdles are chairs.
I was going to say there'd just be an endless line of Riker in chairs.
Just imagine the briefings with a crew of nothing but Rikers, and they all just straddle the chair.
Here's the thing, though. I've got like a video of what happens when you put two Rikers together from TNG edits, and that's not safe for work and not safe for this stream.
Oh, is it the?
Yeah, it's the one called Beard on Beard.
Check the chat, Max. You can post that one safely.
Yeah, also, yeah, like before they do the hurdle run, there's him doing stretches, just leaning on consoles.
Riker sits where he sits.
God, TNG has gotten some really good memes out of it pretty recently, hasn't it?
Because people can't find any good Star Trek.
It's the same thing which happened to the Star Wars prequels, though.
It's
like the Star Wars prequels. I love the prequels now just because of the sheer amount of memeage.
Honestly, there is literally a project going on where they turn every line of the prequels into a meme. Every single line. And there is seriously a post on like, so are we going to turn every line of the prequels into a meme? And then there's just that picture of Boba Fett. Yep. Just kid Boba. It's like, no.
I'm actually a little bit torn as to whether I prefer TNG GIFs or TOS GIFs, because TOS is just like the whole thing is so overacted that it makes it inherently funny.
I think TOS is great because it can be taken so out of context.
Yeah, it's so like, overacted. Everybody overacts. Like
I still like that GIF that I've got. What the dick just happened? Just Kirk just standing there like the swear Trek GIFs are just amazing.
Oh, I have the best ones of those. Hang on, where are they? Give me a second. Nope, wrong one.
I still love the one. Discovery got some good ones as well.
Oh, there they are. These.
Oh, it's happening again.
Let me drag this.
It's happening.
Yep, I got that one. I know that one. I can't explain
There's
it.
3 of them.
But it's
3
fucked.
of them.
Everything's fucked. Literally every fucking thing.
And the straight things will never be.
And its right things will never be unfucked. I've got some better ones, Schism. Check these out. Yeah, of
I like
course.
the one where they're just
You forgot this one, by the way. This is a part of that same collection.
My favourite one's the one where like Spock, McCoy, and Kirk are just heading that football around in a little triangle.
I just love this one as well.
It's so good.
Just look at the face. Look at Picard's face. Like pure contempt. I'd call that. And
I just posted a couple more.
but check the screen, Schism.
Mm-hmm. I'll cut this fucking hand off. Evil Janeway is one of the best memes as well.
This one's brilliant as well.
How can I ruin Harry Kim's day?
Schism. Check this one. Oh god.
look at the Kirk one I posted.
Oh no, one's brilliant as well. Like this is one of my best ones to come out of Discovery. Just on the stream.
Okay.
It's like, well, that's fucked. Right, anyway, back to worky stuff. I'm doing stuff. And I've actually just finished the textures, and I'm just going to apply blankety blank McTexture on there. Blank material. Export. And then starbase.
Where's the spot GIF? Hang on a sec.
SciSB. Substance painter. Let's do this.
Let's go around again.
Do 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 do. We are number one. Rest in peace. Schism is laughing too hard. I must see. Oh, never mind.
Hang on, where is it? No, I'm trying to find the right one for this. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is just for you, Max. This is just for you. If it loads.
Oh god, I'm not putting that on the stream. Nope, nope, nope. There are limits.
Young Spock is scarred for life.
Why would you do that?
They think.
They are looking for things that make us go. We need computer things. Right, new.
Oh.
Khan says no limits. No, this one was limited. No, this one's not. Nope. 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 That reminds me of there was this brilliant meme.
What the fuck is that? This one. What the fuck is that? This is changeable.
You've never seen that before.
It's just a dribble.
Looks like, oh well, this is my life now. What do you wish, oh great Chibble? The crew is ready to receive your commands.
Execute all the females. Then bring me 3 strawberries. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we broke Schism.
I think you came broken.
I think we unhinged him finally.
Jim, did you eat those mushrooms we found? I can taste infinity.
Alright, schism. Calm down. Calm down. Buddy, calm down.
This one, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, it made Gold chuckle, so that's got to be pretty deep. Oh my god!
I want the sound effects to be like dong dong ding dong dong dong.
These are great.
The animated series is full. I don't know. The people that did the animated series were on acid, man.
It was the 70s, a different time.
Oh my god! Oh god! Oh, what are you doing to me, Schism? That last one was fucking brilliant! Oh, Hobbs, you gotta look at that one. That one with the tentacle orange one. Alright. I'm showing the one where I laughed like crazy. I'm gonna show the one to the tentacle one to the stream. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I was laughing like crazy. Shit. Oh man, I'm tearing up here.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Oh god, poor Kirk.
Kirk gets what Kirk wants, maybe? That's the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm calmed down now. I'm done laughing now. Alright, station. Alright, so I've exported the textures. I'm gonna apply them to the ship now. And we're gonna make the ship grungy as hell.
Grungy as hell, you say?
Yep, like hell, it'll be that grungy.
I think we chased Hobbs off.
Hey, why is that not doing right? Hobbs? Hobbsy?
He's gone. He can no longer tolerate.
There we go. Whew. Hobbs.
He's not in the call.
Oh wow, he's really not in the call. Oh come on, come back, Hobbs. Hope he's watching the stream. Doubt it. I mean, rarely has ever anything made me laugh so hard, so crazy. Alright, so look, now we've got the model in there. I'm going to turn down the height map to about 15%, because if we don't, it's a bit too much. Oh, my eyes.
Are you calm?
Yeah. Right, so that's that. Time to add the first layer of grime. Actually, I need to bake it again first.
We may have gone a bit too far in some places.
world space, ID, don't need ID, you need curvature, position, and thickness. 2048, bake. Right, so we've baked that, and now we can do the proper. We can do the proper dirt and grime. So first, we're going to add a copy of the base layer and add an extra copy of the emissive layer on top, so that when we do start adding grime, that the emissiveness will still always show through. Then we're going to make a black with no speck and no glossiness layer, and we're going to give that a black mask. Oh, add black mask. And we're going to add a generator. Now, to those who've watched this stream before know that this is where stuff gets dirty. Look at that result. Yeah, Seagull, I don't think that a 4096 on this texture is necessary. This one's fine on 2048.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, this is good. This is excellent work.
We know how to talk to each other, we just understand.
We must amplify our outrageous accents.
Wir müssen unseren Akzenten mehr akzentuieren.
Waves hands, slams desk.
Nein!
Points at random objects in distance.
Spider-Man.
Points at random objects in distance.
Bringt unser Fotos von Spider-Man!
Vogelein!
This is Daily Bugle.
The Daily Bugle?
This is the Daily Bugle.
Oh god, I want to see
break
the
free.
translation of Spider-Man now.
You want to see what?
I want to see the German dub of Spider-Man now.
Bringen Sie mir Fotos von Spider-Man! We're going to add a smart mask to that. And we're going to use that nice surface rust.
What's that? You'd like to play Rust? Me too.
Yeah, surface rust especially. And we're going to add let's see, we're going to add the height map again to micro details, and we're going to add it again to on. We're going to add that underneath the regular dirt layer. There we go.
Right, my man, I'm afraid my time is up. I've got to bugger off.
Oh, do you now?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing your streaming. You're going to steal my audience away.
No, I've got another hour until I stop.
You've got no excuse to leave.
It's because I don't want to have to tolerate human beings for an hour before I stream.
Inconceivable.
You know, mate, I'm very, very exhausted by any form of human contact. So
Even mine, especially
Everyone's.
mine.
Everyone's. But
All right,
have an enjoyable remainder of the stream. I'll probably be lurking.
I will do. There we go.
I look forward to seeing the finished product. See you later.
Thank you. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to add a new... Now what I've done here is I've created 2 layers now with dirt and grime. So let me turn these off so you can see the difference. This is when it's clean and new. And then we're going to add some rust, which is a bit subtle. And then we're going to add dirt, which makes the station look a hell of a lot more dirty, which I might have slightly overdone. There we go. This is a bit more subtle. A bit more.
Here's a station I made earlier.
So yeah, that's got that now. It's got a rust layer. Now what I've done here is I've put another layer underneath, which is completely white and has a very high specular. What that is going to feature as is basically the metal underneath. And I'm going to make that appear by putting all these layers in a folder. And I'm going to apply a smart mask to that folder called Paint Old Scratches. Yeah, and that looks really great right now, except that it doesn't. And we're going to invert it. Some of other people who've watched my stream before will know what this has a really nice result eventually once I start tweaking it. I'm going to have to put let's put the height map as micro heights as well. There we go. See, now it starts seeing like all the raised plates and raised bits as places where the stuff can scuff and scratch from as well. So let's tweakity tweak this bad boy. Also going to use triplanar because it gets a better result. I think what we've got here is a nice result. What do you think, Schism, when it comes to dirt, dust and scratches and dirt? Once we've got this is pretty neat. What we've got to do is just tweak it.
I think Klingons only perform maintenance on their weapon systems.
Exactly. Just going to use a levels to subtle this out. So look, now that all gets some nice scratched edges, and all starts to look nice. Now what are we going to do? Add more dirt, of course. Because this station is not dirty enough. I know that there's some other smart masks that are really nice to use on this. Any questions, by the way, so far?
On the chat for me. I just see a lot of model making. Materials, meshes. It's all basically space magic to me.
Thank you, Chief. I haven't tried this one yet. Don't like this mask. That turned out. Thank you, Khan, for those kind words. I do really appreciate that. Where's a nice? I think just soft to add some nice things. Yeah, some subtle. There we go. That's what I want. Well, there's a limit, Dalek set, of about 50,000 triangles and sins. I'm just looking at you for a second, Schism. I don't know if you know that number out of your head at all, but I know that there's an absolute limit for sins, unfortunately. But this station is about 4,000 to 5,000 polygons, if I'm not mistaken. Now that this part is done, I'm going to export the texture, but this isn't the last stage of it all. There's one more stage after this. Oh, I forgot one more thing, of course. Almost forgot. New layer. And I'm going to need to import another thing that I already built in here. Import this as a alpha. It's the current session. In this current session, we're going to grab the alpha called Klingon. There we go. Means we can start painting this symbol on the mesh all over it. This is actually going to be pretty neat. So what I'm going to do is that's not going to affect normal or height. It's just going to be a diffuse color of dark red. And it's going to have a pretty low specular color. And the glossiness is not going to be that much. So I can just stamp this on here and it'll have the symbol on there. Considering this model is mirrored, it should appear on the other sides as well. We can put this really anywhere where we want to, so let's put it on orthographic view so we can make sure we get it perfectly centered. So for example, if I wanted to put it there, that would make it easier. Let's find a good spot to put that logo, shall we? Because, you know, Klingons do tend to plaster their logos onto the stations a bit. There we go. Definitely Klingon hazardous materials now. It's pretty obvious now. Right, so that's that. Let's save this scene as a Klingon scientific starbase. And I think that's a rather right moment to end up the stream, because we're gonna export this and get this into game enough. And well, we've shown that a couple of times, and well, that's all we're gonna do. Save these as TGAs. Can we save these as TGAs? There we go. Axnar Revival, Models, Klingons, Starbase Science, new folder, export, select folder, and we're done. Right, so thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and hope you enjoyed watching me finish this Klingon Starbase. This was the last Klingon station we needed to do. We might take our old stations and ships and throw them through the Substance Painter blender, but that's nothing that I know for sure yet. Either who, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a lovely evening. And Schism, I don't know if you want to say anything before we quit.
No, it's been fun.
All right, bye bye, folks.